Yeah, it seems like we've been home about 10 hours, and now we got to get ready to go back on the road tomorrow. So uh, obviously, we were all very excited to go out to Florida to play two hard matches. We knew that they were both going to be very challenging. But I think, fortunately for us, being that the second match was our better match, I think there was some valuable lessons that we took away from the Florida match. So obviously a loss against FAU and a 1-1 draw against FIU on the trip. But excited to get back out on the road against a very good Michigan side for Friday.
Florida questions? Obviously, like the second leg of a long road trip like that is usually the performance was a little more choppy. Fatigue probably sets in sooner. But it seemed like you guys were sharper at the end of that match and did end up squeaking out a result for it. Like, why do you think you guys were? What do you think you got better at from the FAU match that allowed you guys to get a result against Hawaii?
You know, and I spoke to the guys about it too. And going into that FAU match, we wanted to make sure that we had collective energy, right? I think the collective energy was there, but not necessarily a compact shape, which I think hurt us defensively. We also did some things that were out of character, and so I think these are two takeaways that we took into the FIU match. And you talk about us not losing grit or energy, if you will, in regards to being the second match. Yeah, I think it showed too that we have some depth this season, which also helps us. But yeah, I was quite happy with the amount of energy that we had even going late into that game. Obviously, it helped us that they were playing a couple of men down for some of that time until we received our red card as well. But yeah, to be honest with you, I felt we were getting stronger as the match went on. And it was a challenging environment in that it was a wet field. There was a lightning delay. I think we were off the field for about an hour and a half. And so we've been on the other side of that at home too. And, you know, the thing I said to our guys was it's usually going to be harder for the home team to refocus and get going again, right? So I thought we had the advantage on that. And I thought it showed once we started the game back up.
Michigan's coming off that big tournament. They brought a lot of guys back, added some pieces. You actually took one of their keepers, so he played last year late in the season for them. Do you have any more familiarity with their personnel because of Ethan's experience and what he can possibly kind of give you in terms of insight?
Ironically, Shaka Daly, the head coach at Michigan, is a former teammate of mine from the New England Revolution. So I know Shaka well. He's a great human being. He's a very, very good soccer coach in his own right. So Michigan's a very good team. They're well coached. They're a team that will always be prepared. They show high energy on the defensive side, and they throw numbers forward. They want to score as well. So I think it's a good matchup for us. I think you'll have two teams out there that are going to go for the win. They have a great field, a good environment, should be a good crowd. I think their football team plays the day after us. So I think all the stars are aligning for a good match. So we're excited to get back out on the road and play against a very good Michigan side.
How big of a test is that this week?
I think it's I think it's a big test. You know, obviously, scheduling is everybody has their own way of scheduling, right? And I was reminded today that I think the last time that Creighton started on the road 3 consecutive matches was like 1985. So I wasn't even born yet. Just to be fair. Actually, I was born.
I was.
Yes, no, I was born too. So, but it's a great challenge, and I think it's great to be able to come out of the blocks and have these types of challenges. Yeah, did we not get the results that we wanted in Florida? Yes. Did we learn some valuable lessons? Absolutely. And I think these lessons will help us throughout the season. And so it's another tall order for us. It's another tall challenge, but we welcome it, and we're excited to get down to Ann Arbor.
You're going to be down at Creighton again for the second match in a row. I'm curious, how do you, as a coach, try to embolden, that bravery and aggression, just like the natural free-flowing play, versus like picking up 2 yellows and sit a match like this?
I think at the end of the day, it comes down to self-belief self-trust, and then being able to bring it together in regards to a team and be able to trust the guy next to you, right? And as a staff, we talk about this when somebody gets a yellow card. We know in our sport that you could be down a man if that same person gets a second yellow, right? But we also have to trust our guys. I think it's a two-way street, right? We can't be preaching to our guys and expecting them to trust themselves and one another, but us not trusting them. And so I'm definitely going to be a coach that's not going to jump and look for a sub immediately after somebody gets a yellow, unless, of course, we feel that person's maybe playing out of character during that match. But we also want to trust them. And so, when I think of the two reds that we received this weekend in regards to two yellows, I thought one was more accidental than the other. But again, we have to make sure that we can also trust our guys to make the right decision when the game's going on. So there's some good leadership across the board. We have three very good captains, but there's some other guys that are silent leaders, right? And they don't need the band to be leaders. And so we're hoping some of these guys step up in the absence of one of our captains, which will be Andrea Savage when we're in Michigan.
What are you most looking forward to about being in front of the home crowd on Monday?
Well, I say this every season. We have the best stadium in the country, and I believe we have the best fans in the country. So excited to get back to Morrison once Labor Day comes around. And we're excited to host Tulsa. I think we've played Tulsa for the last 6 or 7 years. We alternate home and away, but we've also had them in the NCAA tournament. And so, again, every time we face Tulsa, it turns out to be a very good matchup. So to be able to have a good match in the best stadium in the country in front of the best fans in the country, it's that sweeter. So really looking forward to it after we take care of what we need to do in Ann Arbor first.
You've got some pups back there in Huddy and Edelman. How do you think they did their first weekend of kind of just playing together, trying to anchor a back line and handle the amount of pressure that you guys faced?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your second term. What was the term that you called it?
Pups, puppies?
Oh, pups,
Yeah.
like little puppies.
Little puppies.
Oh, okay, okay, youngins. You know what? Those guys, you brought up Huddy and who else?
Edelman.
And Edelman, yeah, thank you. Ironically, those guys don't play like freshmen. They play like seasoned veterans, to be honest with you. And I don't look at either of them as freshmen, even though you are right. The FAU game was their first official collegiate match. Neither of those two guys played a second last year. But they've done so much in the spring that I don't actually look at them that way. And I actually had to remind myself when I was doing film, breaking down the Florida Atlantic match, I had to remind myself, wow, this was actually these two guys' first collegiate Division I match. But I don't look at them as freshmen. I think they've come a long way, and they're only going to get better.